Welcome to Focus on Crestview. I'm Alicia Booker, your host, and joining me today is the General Manager of Lee Buick GMC, Mr. Emerson Lee. We're so happy to have you with us today. I am interested in some of the things that are going on at the dealership. You've been a long-time partner with the Chamber, and a lot of interesting things going on. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your involvement with the Chamber? And
Sure. Sure, we've been heavily involved in the Chamber for many, many years, dating back to probably my great uncle James Lee. He was very involved in the Chamber, and we've kind of taken that and ran with it and helped y'all along the way.
Very good. And you are a breakfast sponsor this month, and we're really looking forward to that. Tell us a little bit about the dealership. You said it's a family business. Sure. And some of the things happening there.
Well, we've been in business since 1946 here in Crestview, and you know, we've just had a long relationship with the community, and we're very excited to be able to give back to the community in ways of breakfasts and all the other things that we do.
And it's so important for us to have such support the way that the dealership has done. It's really great, and it's very needed within the community. Also, just talk a little bit about specifically maybe some of your involvement with Crestview High School. I know you do a lot with the high school, and they're going to get a little bit of your time that you've donated to them for the breakfast. You want to?
Sure. Specifically, the quarterback club, we've been involved with them, helping them out the last few years, and at the breakfast, and also after this, we're going to be able to give them some time to talk more about that.
And that's one of the exciting things that we see so much of. You know, what's happening with youth in the community, and kind of needing to have some role models. And so is your involvement, I know from a financial standpoint you're there, but what are some of the things that you do, you know, as far as the games, or are you able to go out and do a little hands-on things with them as well?
Well, we've got Dale Henderson, who works for us and has for a long time, that's very, very involved in that aspect, and you know, is hanging around the games and doing a few things there. And
then that's really good for the kids to see, because when they grow up, they graduate and they get their jobs and their businesses, then they're going to see the example that has been set for them by businesses such as yours.
Sure.
To be able to give back to the community, and that's so rewarding. So we're really looking forward to the breakfast coming up, and we are looking forward to more great things and partnerships from the Chamber. We have some upcoming events, and as always, Lee Buick GMC has been there. You recently did a remodel not too long ago too, and we had some wonderful after hours there held at your facility, and it's beautiful, absolutely lovely. As a woman going into a dealership, I guess I pay attention to those sorts of things, but a lot of care and thought gone into the upgrades there.
Sure, yeah, we did. We did about a year ago. We did an upgrade and through General Motors, and it's all clean and pretty and ready to go.
Wonderful. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us on the show. And coming up, we're going to have a little time with the Crestview High School and the quarterback club. So please stay with us.
Hey kids, looking for a day that's just for you? Come on down to the Boys and Girls Club's Day for Kids on Saturday, September 13th at the Fort Walton Landing in downtown Fort Walton Beach. The fun starts at 10 a.m. with fun games and activities for all. The Boys and Girls Club of the Emerald Coast will join more than 1,500 clubs across the country for this event to celebrate our kids and their importance in our lives. For more information, call 862-1616 or visit www.bgcec.com.
Our commitment to the community is something that we believe in and act on every single day. It's a key part of our culture and who we are as a company.
Cox donates millions of dollars in cash and in-kind services to support local nonprofit and civic organizations each year. We recognize that a healthy community is a growing community. Here's a look at just a few of the organizations we support right here in Northwest Florida.
We're extremely proud of all these local partnerships.
Together, we are working to make the Gulf Coast thrive.
Welcome back to Focus on Crestview. I am joined with Principal Dexter Day with Crestview High School and Chris Moore, our quarterback club president.
Vice President.
And you're joining us here today because Lee Buick GMC so graciously donated a little of their time as breakfast sponsor. And so, Mr. Day, I'm going to start with you and just to get you to tell us a little bit about what's happening with the high school right now. We're gearing up for school to start, an exciting time for you.
Yeah, it's a big time. You know, the kids are anxious, the teachers are anxious to come back. I say the teachers are anxious to come back. We got a big week planned for them with the week of pre-planning coming up. We have a motivational day Tuesday for the district-wide motivation. It will be Mrs. Jones, Vera Jones, WNBA analyst coming in and doing the motivational speaking for us that Tuesday, and then just getting with the teachers and getting them ready and getting the rooms ready and having the facilities ready for the students to come back.
Very good. And we talk about sports being this is Crestview, and so sports are a big part of our community, but also, you know, the academic portion of that is very important as well. So, you know, we want to make sure that we have well-rounded students. Are there some things that the high school's doing to ensure that we have that?
Yes, we have. I've implemented a program at Crestview High School, and we pushed the academic piece because I'm just an example of an athletic piece that I played sports through high school and college and professional, and I had to fall back on my academic piece in the college to support my life and my family, and that's what we're pushing at Crestview High School. The program that we have is students that have a GPA between 2.0 and 2.5, which a student has to have a GPA of 2.0 to participate. Mm-hmm. But those students that fall into 2.0 and the 2.5 will be going to tutoring 2 days a week to improve their GPA, to springboard them into college and help them be college ready.
Very good. And also, we're looking forward to football and getting all of that started. Right. Any new things with the football team? What can we expect a little different from last year?
Well, I mean, you know, Coach Hatton's in his second year coming in, is doing a great job. The kids are really responding well to him. He's got them out working, got a coaching staff out there working. It's a great thing, and they're just, I think there's a lot of anticipation because of Friday night football. I mean, that's a big thing, and I'd also like to take this time to thank people like Miss Moore, that's a parent volunteer coming in and helping these students, and we couldn't do it without them. And also the workforce people in the community and the business partners in the community just stepping up and donating, because there's a lot of money spent and poured into our program, and we have to thank them. But it's going to be a great time Friday night at the Jack, getting ready for Friday night football.
All right, Friday Night Lights, love it. And Chris, and you're the vice president of the quarterback club. Can you tell us a little bit about what the quarterback club does and how we in the community can assist?
Well, the quarterback club supports the football team. Most of our things that we do are financial support. Mm-hmm. We do our Bulldog card, which is a discount card that is a year-long card that they can use it. The businesses that have donated their discounts to be on the card help raise money for our kids that way. We help support with refurbishing helmets, meals for the players after the games or before the games, you know, paint the field, whatever we need to do to be a support there. One of our biggest fundraisers coming up is Meet the Bulldogs, which is a whole community event, and that'll be on August the 15th. And we have Davidson Middle School, Show River Middle School, and South Walton will each play each other, and their cheerleaders and dance teams will come out and be at that as well. Our City League football players and cheerleaders will get to run through the Bulldog that night and be introduced on the field. And also our Crestview Area Youth Association kids will come out, their cheerleaders and football players. And then of course our football players, our JV and freshmen will scrimmage, and then our varsity players will be introduced. And it's just a community event that everybody looks forward to kick off football season. And we're going to supplement that this year with our past quarterback club president, Roger Berry, was president for about 6 years, and was diagnosed with liver cancer. So the Teachers Credit Union, Teachers Federal Credit Union, and us are working together to do a pork plate fundraiser the same day that we're doing Meet the Bulldogs, because Meet the Bulldogs was kind of Roger's baby to
Very good.
begin that and make it a community thing to support our program, our athletic program at the high school, and everybody be involved. So we're going to do both those things. And Lee Buick is doing the meet, but sponsoring the meet for that to help with that too. So they're just our go-to people for so much.
Very good. And so if there are other things that we want to learn about throughout the year that you're doing, is there a particular website or something that we can go to get updates?
Well, Quarterback Club has a Crestview Quarterback Club Facebook page. We put pictures on there. We just did the youth football camp, and so there's a couple hundred pictures of our children, our younger kids that are going to be future Bulldogs there. They're there, announcements for games, directions to games, practice times, pictures, whatever we're doing, we update that. And then the football program, the athletic department is working on a web page that's just theirs, that will have schedules and players' rosters, names, and all their FYI for that too. So that's in the works. It should be up we're hoping by the time school starts, that'll be up, and it'll be on the school website. It'll link from the school website to the athletic department, and then each sport will have a page on there.
Very good. Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the breakfast and all of the good and upcoming things with Crestview High School and the athletics, and we won't forget the academics as well.
Yeah, that's important.
Thank you. And we'll be coming back soon with Sheriff Ashley and seeing what updates we have in the community.
As a business owner, you know you need to stand out, highlighting what makes you unique. Cox Media understands that, so when it's time to get creative, to match message to image, where do you start? The Cox Media Creative Department helps translate your business strategy into creative strategy. Words, pictures, the whole show. We do compelling campaigns for video, the web, even video on the web. Be heard and be remembered. Let Cox Media customize a creative campaign for you.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts, stop the wrecks.
Welcome back to Focus on Crestview. We have Sheriff Larry Ashley, the Okaloosa County Sheriff, with us today, and we're so happy to have you. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure. Good to be with you.
Thank you. And we're going to be talking about the Okaloosa County School Resource Officer units. So
Yes.
Larry, first question, here we go. Why are SROs needed in our schools?
Well, first, they're the #1 unit in the state of Florida right now, according to Florida Association of School Resource Officers, so I'm very proud of them. And they're needed because of our society. Our society is a microcosm of schools are a microcosm of our society. Everything that's happening out there, whether it's theft or child abuse or court orders or are happening in our schools. And it's not just being there to, prepared for the mad gunmen that may come in. They do so much more than that. Gangs and drugs and thefts and criminal mischiefs, and the list goes on and on. But it's also court orders and child abuse. 22% of our calls for service within the school districts are reported child abuse, child neglect issues, and that's a 180% increase since we've put school resource officers in our elementary schools.
How long have they been in our schools?
They've been in our schools since the end of 2012.
2012.
So if 2013 was the first full year, and the 2014 would be our second.
So we're fairly new, but
Yes.
and y'all get that award.
Yes, we've
That's awesome.
we were awarded the best school resource officer program in the state of Florida, and we got some of the best people. Our supervisor, Lieutenant Mark Schneep, and Sergeant Gary Venuti, and
There's
Sergeant.
a video, isn't there? On
Oh yes, go to our website
right,
and you'll see,
right,
just
the video.
what all they do, and I'm so proud of that group. And again, why are they needed? I have more productivity from those officers by being in the center of our communities, our schools, than I would by having them assigned to a street corner or a neighborhood. They prevent more crime and they address more crime and more crime issues at the school than they would anywhere else I could assign them.
else.
So if they defund my entire sheriff's office, the last 40 that will go will be my school resource officers.
It sounds like it. How many students are served in the North Okaloosa County schools, up there?
There's 11 schools north of the river, and that's
Yellow River.
Yes, Yellow
Okay.
River. And is there any other? I'm just teasing. There's 11 schools and about 9,600, a little over 9,600 students that are served in the North District.
9,600.
And we've got our county divided in 3 districts, and so
And how many SROs?
there will be 11 in the North District, and so
Okay.
the total of 39 SROs in our school district.
So
About
we have Baker,
32,000
the high
students.
schools, got Baker, the high schools, Baker, Crestview,
Crestview High School, Shoal
and
River.
Lowell, all of that, Laurel Hill.
We've got a
all
lot
that.
of schools and a lot of kids.
Okay, tell us exactly, just kind of walk us through one, okay? Tell us exactly what they do at the school. Okay, so are they there when the bell rings?
Yeah, they're there quite before the bell rings. They do a security check before they even start their school day. They're looking at
Okay.
trash cans and in bathrooms, and they're checking gates and the like to make sure nobody's entered the school prior to our kids arriving to school. Nobody's left a package, and I don't want to get in great detail as far as the security functions that they do, but in a lockdown they have those drills as well as. And each SRO and each administrator has a gate or a door. If we were to go into a lockdown, they've been assigned what door that they should be locking. And our kids are basically put, if they're not in a classroom, then they find the closest classroom to them if they go into a lockdown. If they're in a classroom, then the teacher locks the door and waits for the all clear.
You've actually answered a question that I was going to ask you, just kind of briefly summarizing what an event that would create a lockdown. So, and the lockdown is just kind of, what does that exactly mean when it's locked down? Explain that.
Well, it means that the school is no longer do we have through traffic. Nobody from inside can go out, nobody from outside can come in until whatever the danger is has been addressed. Whether it's a suicidal student with a firearm or whether it's a mad individual that's trying to enter the school or whether we got a bomb scare or whatever the issue is, it's locked down until we can address that issue. And that issue would have to be something of security concern for our
kids. And you said that there were 11 SROs per school?
No, there's one SRO per school. We have 39 schools. We have 39 schools made up of elementary, middle school, and high schools in the Okaloosa County School District that serves about a little over 32,000 students.
Wow.
And about 2,500 staff and teachers.
Who are the deputies that make up the program, and how are they trained to do this? It's very hands-on, it seems like, with the students and everything.
Well, first and foremost, they're sworn and certified law enforcement officers in the state of Florida. And then they're trained according to deputy sheriff standards, and that's our standard. And so they have tactical training, and then they also have an additional training with FASRO for school resource officers. And that goes into the programmings where there's crime prevention, security, and dealing with all those issues you would deal with as a deputy sheriff. It's pretty extensive, and we've also partnered with the U.S. Attorney's Office as far as trying to determine early intervention. We all say we know this child has issues, and we'd much rather catch those issues in elementary school and middle school than try to deal with them in high school. Absolutely. And so whether it's the principal and the guidance counselor and the school resource officers, they work as a team to try to help these kids that do have issue, whether it's a parent that's in prison and that they don't have a parent available to them, whether it's tutors, whether it's medical assistants or psychological assistants, that they can refer these children to appropriate resources.
To the right way to go. And how is the program funded, Larry?
Right now, the school district, through their budget, funds about 25% of it. We have a federal grant that funds about 22%, and then the rest is funded by the Board of County Commissioners through the Sheriff's Office budget.
Now, is that sustainable?
It is sustainable, and again, I go back to I have a set amount of resources of the sheriff to use. What better way can I use those resources? Is traffic more important than our kids? Is the courthouse more important than our kids? Are the airport more important than our kids? I can't think of a single thing we do that is more important than the protection of our children. And again, It's not just would I be better suited to assign that officer to a neighborhood and say, you patrol this neighborhood, and you may meet and deal with 5 or 10 situations a day? Or should I assign you to the hub of the community, our schools, and say you're going to deal with all these parents and all these kids and all these teachers? That's where everything in our community is happening, is at our school. So it's the better bang for the buck.
Yeah, I'll say. Well, we're going to run out of time here, but I want to give you the last 30 seconds here. And just, is there anything you want to say about this program that, just tell us anything that's on your heart
I think it
or
is
important to you?
The best program that the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office has, and it's the best program any law enforcement agency can provide to its community, because it takes care of the weakest of our society, the ones that are least capable of protecting themselves. And that's what our job is public safety. And whether it's elderly or whether it's our young people, I think that this is the best use of resources that we can spend on.
Thank you so much for being here
It's
and
my
talking
pleasure.
about this. Really appreciate it very
Thank you.
much. Stay tuned, and Alicia and I will be back to talk about all the upcoming events at the Crestview Chamber.
Take a stake in your community and join the Boys and Girls Club of the Emerald Coast for the inaugural Steak and Steak Dinner on Thursday, September 25th at the Emerald Coast Convention Center on Okaloosa Island. The event allows the community to meet the club's youth and see how their lives have been impacted by the Boys and Girls Club. Special guest speaker Jim the Rookie Morris will also share his story that led to the popular movie. For more information or to get tickets, call 862-1616 or visit www.bgcec.com.
The Hoover Dam can hold over 9 trillion gallons of water. How? Its arch construction diverts pressure into its neighboring canyon walls. The same principle applies in business. You must find support from the right partners who can help make you stronger. Choose a partner who is able to support you in every way. Cox Business.
Thank you for joining us again on Focus on Crestview. This segment, I am talking with our president-elect, Marion McBride. How are you?
Alicia, how are you?
Good. And Marion, if you could get us up to date on maybe a recap of a few things that happened last month that were exciting, and then what's going to be happening for the month of August.
Love to talk about it. Let's talk about our new members.
Yes.
How about that? We had 6 new members: Erika's Vintage Furniture and Flea Market, Bob Jones, Aero Service, he's gone back to his passion of playing, Teresa Green, photography, and she came to ambassador meeting, and her brother. Zaxby's opening in Crestview, Stephen Hay, and Era Bergen Learning Center. We can get smarter. Ranch Hands Construction and Cleaning. I love the name of that. But those were our new members this month, and we had 2 spotlights.
Very
You know,
good.
lights, camera, action.
Yes.
So here we go. Dr. Musa, you should know
Yes,
Dr.
Dr. Khalid
Musa, and
Musa,
he's a
yes.
gastroenterologist.
Correct.
Oh, I got it right. Good. And AXA Advisors, they're a legacy wealth management program to help people plan for their futures. That we had.
And you can find out more about our Spotlight members if you look at the Focus magazine.
Right.
There's a little article or write-up so you can understand how they benefit our community and exactly what they have to offer.
Well, we're happy to have all of them and to spotlight them.
Yes.
Then guess what? We had some ribbon cuttings.
Yes.
So, while I'm thinking about it, our social last month was at Pinnacle Point.
Pinnacle Point after hours,
We had a
yes.
ice cream social. It
Yes.
was really nice.
Ice cream and pizza, it was great.
And this month, we're going to have our business after hours at the new building for the Crestview News Bulletin.
Yes, very
which will be-
exciting for them to
on,
make that move.
on South Verdon, or is it North Verdon?
I think they're moved over to North Verdon. But
North
yes,
Verdon.
their
They
new
were at
building.
South, right? And that's August 14th. And the ribbon cuttings last month, we had 3. Waterstone Mortgage has opened up an office there. Richard Harless invited us to come. Manual Therapy, and LLC. That was really an interesting place to go to. And the Destin Commons.
Yes, that was
Was
exciting.
it hot?
It was just a little warm, Marion.
A little warm, just a tiny bit. But it was
Yes.
a wonderful afternoon,
Yes.
and very proud to see all these new businesses opening at the Destin Commons. So we're really happy about that.
Yes.
How about our meetings? You want to hear about them?
Yes, I do. So I know we have our monthly meetings that we do, routinely. So just if we run down that
I'll just
list.
kind of capsulize it. Well, first of all, you already, we know who the sponsor is for our breakfast, which is 2 days from now, so we're
Yes.
glad about that. And we have arts and culture. Dr. Meadows, I believe, has that, and the Military Affairs Committee, very supportive of the military community, and I think it's Ashley McCullough is the chair,
Yes,
and the
Ashley McCullough.
Government Issues Committee, and the chair is escaping me right now. I'm
For
sorry.
government issues, that's Bob is doing our government.
Bob Jones?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, and then we have a scholarship that Pam Meadows
Yes.
is head of, and pilot is Megan Schultz from Fred Astaire.
Yes.
And we have ambassadors, who's
Yes.
David Colin from Fred
Yes.
Astaire as well. And those happen every month. We encourage anyone who wants to come from the community, you are invited
Yes.
to come and participate. It's a great way to get to know people and to network.
Very good.
So, and then I was going to talk about the chamber breakfast. We want
Yes.
everyone there.
Yes, we
for
want to invite
sure.
everyone to the breakfast.
And that about wraps that up. I can think of, if you can think of
Yes.
something.
Well, a couple of things that we want to make sure everyone is aware of is some of our upcoming events. We know that we have the health fair that's going to be coming up.
November 5th, is that right?
Actually, the health fair is going to be in October. This year, and we have that, and we also have the wine gala coming up. And believe it or not, we've already started doing things for the Triple B, and
big
that's going
time.
to be very exciting for the upcoming Triple B. So with any of these, whether it's the health fair or the wine gala or the Triple B, if you want to be involved, just go to the chamber website. We have everything already set up for sponsorships or volunteers, because we do need volunteers for these events. We would be happy to have people come and join us, and we're getting excited for these community events.
So many people are working so hard, all the members and the volunteers.
Yes.
Just big time.
And that's important.
Sponsors are coming up to the table. They're already committing themselves,
Yes.
and we're very excited in Crestview about everything that's going on. We
Yes.
really are.
Yes, very good.
Thanks so much for letting me talk about them.
Very good, very good. Well, that is the end of our segment here, and we want to thank everyone for joining us on Focus on Crestview, and until we meet again, thank you.